and then I meet everybody and I get like 2 seconds with them because we got to rush them out because they're closing the venue and all this stuff, and we got to get back on the road and go do the next show. But this is going to be different because we're only the opener, which means we've got the rest of the night to hang out and party and have fun. So everybody's encouraged to come down. We're selling 100 VIP meet and greets per night, which means we're going to meet a lot of fans over the course of this summer. So I'm really looking forward to that. And the other thing I'm really looking forward to, outside of Loserville, we have a big announcement coming May 22nd. So in just a few weeks, I'm going to be making a really big announcement, surprise announcement. But on top of all that, we have another announcement that we've been teasing, which I can't give you all the details on yet, but I can tell you I have my first lead role, starring role, whatever you want to call it, in a feature film that will be hitting theaters this fall. And the film is actually both retro and futuristic in the sense that it was created 20 years ago, but was never released until today. So it's a great piece of cinema. It's a brilliant piece of cinema. It's been championed by the great Jordan Peele. And thanks to him that this film is even seeing the light of day. But it is finally coming out in theaters this fall via Alamo Drafthouse. So I'm very excited about that. And the film is called The Birthday.
I can't wait to see it. I have heard about it. I know it was from the past and it's now finally being made. Well, to that point, you have been, you have survived many decades in this business, with singing, and now you have a movie coming out. Like, what advice would you give to a young Corey Feldman? But you're still standing, right? A lot of people pack up the suitcase and leave town. They leave the business. Like, what advice would you give to a young Corey?
Well, I would say always believe in yourself, always believe in your dreams. It doesn't mean that you have to follow this business. It doesn't mean you have to follow any business, but it means that whatever you want it to be is what it will be. So the main, I guess, seed or pearl of wisdom that I try to share with youthful minded people is that we can create our own reality. We can manifest our own reality. We can make whatever reality we want to, and we can choose it by doing so. And all we have to do is to believe in this reality that we are manifesting. So if we truly believe it in our heart and soul, and with every fiber of our being, we can manifest it and make it real. And that's what I've done throughout my career. It's what I've done throughout my life. And so I implore everybody out there to never give up. Always believe in your dreams, always believe in your future, and be what you want to be. Because at the end of the day, I was somebody who was always told, hey, you're never going to succeed in music. You're never going to have a career in music because you're an actor. And that's just the way it is. Even though I didn't choose to get into acting, it was chosen for me. And music happens to be where my heart and soul is. But that said, I was shut down at every turn and I never gave up. And now here I am doing my first arena tour where the smallest venue we're playing is 12,000 seats, the largest venue, 65,000. So it's going to be a very exciting tour. And this is all, all the top 40 Billboard hits, all of this stuff that I've achieved is because of one thing. And that's never giving up on that dream and believing that it can happen. So that's my message.
That's a great message. Final two
Thank
questions
you.
as we wrap up. You have reinvented yourself. You are a musician now, you're going on tour. What about, what advice would you have for, you started in the business when you were young, even though you didn't necessarily choose acting. Everyone is still talking about Quiet on Set, the whole Nickelodeon documentary. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
I have not seen it. But I know about it, and I know what it's basically they're calling out three names that I had already called out 5 years ago when I released my documentary, My Truth: The Rape of Two Coreys. And in that documentary, I promised that I would reveal 6 names, and out of those 6 names, I ended up actually unveiling 10 names, but they were some that had already been in the media, like like Brian Singer, which was kind of already known to be one of those names. Brian Peck, which was, I don't even know if Brian Peck was talked about yet in those days, really. I mean, people who are maybe following him would know or whatever, but the point being that the crossover and the similarities between the work that I'd already done in exposing these names and the fact that those are now being recycled and regurgitated shows the consistency and the through line. And unfortunately, a lot of people didn't get to see my film in the first place because it was stolen and it was destroyed, and they took the rights away. They took the finances away. They stopped it from streaming. They stole my voice. They stole my story. They stole my movie. They stole everything they could steal. And somehow I managed to survive it, and I'm still here. So thank God for that. But it's been a struggle, and the struggle is very real. So yeah, I guess that's a bigger conversation for another time. But at the end of the day, I'm just grateful to still be alive.
Absolutely. And, do you think, because Mass Singer is such a broad, I mean, there are millions and millions of people watching. Are you excited as you do head out on this tour? It's like a whole new group of people, I think, are realizing how great your music is. And are you shocked that they guessed you? I mean, Jenny got it. They figured out it was you.
Well, like I said, they have been guessing me since the show began. So every year they're kind of guessing my name. So I kind of anticipate that part of it. But the fact that, what I would say is the exciting thing for me is the fact that, while the show was on, while I was on the show in competition, you can't reflect on it. You can't like a comment. You can't retweet a comment. You can't do any of that kind of stuff. So once it ended last night, I was able to go back and start looking up the hashtag and see what people were saying. And the beautiful part is seeing all the people saying how much they loved my voice, how much they love my performance, and who the hell is it? Which is great for me because, so many people through the years have tried to hurt me or ruin my confidence by saying, well, people only like your singing because it's you, and they're just being nice to you, and they don't know how to tell you you suck, or, things like that. So when you see in your own black and white print, proof, receipts, whatever, of everybody kind of glamping you and being like, yo, this guy is actually the real deal, and he deserves cred, and he's the snatch or whatever, what I mean, like when you're reading that kind of stuff, it suddenly changes the perspective because you go, well, hold on a second. Now it's not just people being nice to me, because these people didn't know that I was even in there. They didn't even know it was me. So they're just honestly saying they like the performance. And that, in and of itself, by itself, without any other bells and whistles attached to it, that is truly meaningful for me, because it means that they actually cared and loved for the performance that I gave them as an anonymous character. So that's much more redeeming to me than somebody saying, oh, Corey Feldman, you're great, because people want to be nice to you because you're a celebrity. So I think that was really probably the most rewarding part of the whole thing.
I love it. Well, I didn't know it was you, and I love the CL even before I know it was you.
Well,
I'm
thank you.
thrilled
Thank
to
you.
chat with you. Congratulations on Matt Singer. Everyone needs to go to your website and buy tickets to the meet and greet. And I really appreciate you taking your
That's
time.
right. And come see my movie, The Birthday, when it comes out this fall. Boom.
I can't
Love
wait.
it.
Thank you so
Love it.
much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time, David.
Anytime. Take care, Corey.
Peace and love. God bless.